Priya, I'm living in the end, but I don't yet have the version of my specific person that I desire. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach. And in this video, I'm going to share with you why you don't yet have the version of your specific person that you desire, although you claim to be living in the end. But first, if you are somebody who would like to get coached by me, I offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery, where I show you step by step how to manifest your specific person. I also offer one-on-one coaching to help you manifest anything your heart desires. And finally, I also offer monthly membership coaching. This is where you can get live coaching with me on a weekly basis to really stay on top of your manifestation game. Now, you can get access to any of these offerings by simply clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's get back to this video. Why are you not yet experiencing the version of your specific person that you desire, although you've been living in the end? Now, I made this video because I've been getting quite a few questions around this, where people will comment under my videos saying, Priya, I've been living in the end, I've been consistent, but why is it that I don't yet have the version of my specific person that I desire? And questions like these are very, very telling, okay? Because a lot of the times, most people think they are living in the end, when in reality, they are not. So let's just go back to some basics here. The way that you manifest the version of your specific person that you desire is to think as if you are the version of you that already has your specific person. So let's say you want to manifest a committed relationship with your specific person. You begin to think as if you're the version of you that is in a loving, committed relationship with your specific person through affirmations. Remember that affirmations are just the thought you were thinking. So maybe you simply affirm, me and my specific person are in a happy, committed, loving relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. I'm always loved. You get some self-concept in there too. So you repeat this day in and day out, and you persist with your affirmations. When you begin to tell the new story more than the old story, so that this new story becomes dominant within you, your subconscious mind always has to produce proof of the dominant stories that you are telling. This is when you will manifest the version of your specific person that you desire. Now, if you are somebody who says, Priya, I have been living in the end, but, my specific person hasn't yet conformed, or like, what do I do in the 3D? How do I act with them? Then this question tells me that you're not really living in the end. You cannot be aware that your specific person hasn't conformed and at the same time be aware that you're in a happy, committed relationship with your specific person. You can't be doing these two things simultaneously. Either you're aware that you and your specific person are in a happy, committed relationship, or you are aware that your specific person hasn't yet conformed. It's one or the other. It cannot be both at the same time. And a lot of people, especially like in coaching, I notice this will be like, oh, okay, I've been living in the end. I've been living in the end. And then I'll ask them a few questions. And very quickly we discover, actually, no, I haven't been living in the end, because my awareness has been focused on what is not here, on what is not working. My awareness has been focused on SP as conforming. No, you're either the version of you that has your SP, or you're the version of you that doesn't have your SP, which means you're never really aware that they're conforming, right? No matter what 3D is showing you, you are the version of you that knows you're in a happy, committed relationship with your specific person, that you're lovable, that you're always prioritized, and you're always chosen. Like, you are living from this end. You're only aware of this no matter how they're showing up in the 3D, which means if you start to notice, oh, maybe they said something that doesn't imply my end, or if they're acting in a way that isn't you and them being in a loving, committed relationship, you completely begin to redirect your focus elsewhere. You begin to redirect your focus back to the end, right? So in your mind, no, me and SP are in a happy, committed relationship. I'm always lovable. I'm always chosen. You do not keep giving your attention and your focus to, oh, SP hasn't conformed yet. Because when you're doing that, you're not in the end. You're not living in the end. You're not in the end state. Like, what does it mean to live in the end? It means you're thinking as if you're the version of you that has your specific person. So any thought that opposes the end result of what you want, you want to shift it straight away and return back to the end. So as an example, you want to manifest, let's say you want to manifest a committed, loving relationship with your specific person. So your affirmation is, me and my specific person are in a loving, committed relationship. Every time you think, oh, SP is still conforming, that's not the end. If you're thinking this isn't working, that's not the end. If you're thinking, am I doing this right? That's not the end. If you're thinking, oh, do I need to change my affirmation? That's not the end. Okay. If you're thinking, how do I act with SP? They haven't yet fully conformed. That's not the end. You are now no longer residing in the wish fulfilled. You are not living from your end. Your awareness is on the fact that it's not here, instead of you already being the version of you that has it. Again, it's one or the other. You can only be faithful to one, not to both. So what do you do when you notice yourself thinking thoughts such as, SP still conforming, or I'm doing this wrong? You simply choose to return back to the end. When you notice those thoughts, you disidentify with those thoughts, and then you redirect your thought to the end. Oh, me and SP are in a happy, committed, loving relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. You literally come back to your affirmations. That's what they are there for. So to answer the question that this viewer asked in one of the comments, which was, I've been living in the end, but my specific person hasn't conformed yet. How do I act with them in the 3D? The answer to that is you want to be honest with yourself, brutally honest with yourself, because that's the way to get results. Because once you're honest with yourself, only then can you shift what needs to be shifted in order to become the version of you that already has your manifestation. So if you were being brutally honest with yourself, you would say, well, I'm not really living in the end if I'm noticing that SP hasn't conformed yet. Okay. That's not a problem. It's not a problem that you're noticing that SP hasn't conformed yet. It's a problem when you dwell in that and you don't do anything to change it. So you don't want to marinate in that story of SP hasn't conformed yet. Your job as a deliberate creator is to then say, okay, as the operant power of my reality, I choose to return back to the end. And then so you do that. You change your thoughts. You go back to the end, you whip out your affirmations, and you remind yourself, nope, me and SP are in a happy, committed relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. And you do this over and over and over and over again every time you have an opposing thought. That is not your end, right? So when you have a thought of, is this working for me? Nope. Me and SP are in a happy, committed relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. If you have a thought that says, but what if this doesn't work for me? Nope. Me and SP are in a happy, committed relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. If you're thinking, oh, but SP hasn't conformed yet, what do I do? Nope. Me and SP are in a happy, committed, loving relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. It's that simple. You choose to return back to the end in your mind. And when you keep doing this over and over and over again, eventually your new story, your affirmations that imply your end, will become the dominant story within you. And when it does, you will manifest the version of your specific person that you desire, because your subconscious mind always has to produce proof to you of the dominant stories that you are telling. So my message is, living in the end means you are not aware of your manifestation not being here yet. And if you are aware that your manifestation isn't here yet, or that SP hasn't conformed yet, or that SP isn't behaving how I want them to behave or prefer for them to behave, this is an alarm bell saying ding, 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 ding. You have just fallen out of your end state. And that's okay. That's not an issue. All I have to do right now, though, is redirect my thoughts back to the end. And so you keep doing that over and over and over and over again. Instead of noticing, oh, well, SP hasn't conformed yet, but I've been living in the end. Well, in this moment, you're not living in the end because you just noticed that they haven't conformed yet. And so you want to do something about that. And in terms of like, how do you act with them, towards them in the 3D and things like that, I've already done a video about that on my channel, like how to act with your SP in the 3D whilst they are conforming. So you can check that out. I won't go into that in this video. In this video, I really wanted to hone in on what it really means to live like from the end, right? It's who are you aware of being? Are you aware of being the version of you that is in a committed relationship with your SP or not? It's one or the other. It's black and white. It's not, oh yeah, SP is still conforming. No, because then you're aware that what you're aware of now is SP isn't yet the version that I want. SP is conforming, which is not you living in the end, which is not you being aware of, oh, me and SP are in a happy, committed relationship. And the only thing that matters is what are you aware of right now in the present moment? Because that's the only thing that exists. And so you want to keep retraining your mind to come back to the end every time you notice that you are thinking a thought that opposes your end. Your job is to continuously choose over and 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 over again to come back to the end. And there's this really great quote by Neville that I love that says something like this. The state you return to the most becomes your dominant state. And I really love this quote because what it means to me is the story I return to the most becomes my dominant story. So if you keep choosing to come back to the end through affirmations over and over and over and over again, then guess what? That is going to become your dominant story. And remember, your subconscious mind always has to produce proof to you of the dominant story that you are telling. Every time you are affirming with regards to your specific person, you are selecting that version of your specific person from the quantum field that already thinks, feels, and acts this way. And you're doing this all the time, whether you're aware of it or not, because your specific person is always reflecting your assumptions that you hold within you, whether they are favorable or unfavorable. So you really want to make sure that you get on top of your mental diet, that you keep redirecting your mind to the end through affirmations every time you notice or you become aware that your SP hasn't conformed yet, or that your SP isn't saying the thing that you want them to say, or isn't behaving in a way that you want them to behave. This is what being a deliberate creator is about. It's about when you notice that, you are able to be so real and authentic with yourself and say, I'm aware of what I don't want. Let me now redirect my focus to the end so that I am being the version of me that has my manifestation. I am being the version of me that knows, hey, SP and me are in a happy, committed relationship. I'm always prioritized. I'm always chosen. It is that simple. When in doubt, come back to the end. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Mwah.